Hello everyone, good morning. In today's video, I'm going to assess one of my students' letters. The student is a nurse and is based in Philippines. Let's go through the assessment now. She has written down the addressee's details at the top of the letter, but the problem with the designation of the addressee is that she didn't write down the in front of that. So it must be the head and then nurse. That's the way we need to write it down. So head nurse is incorrect. That's the first mistake here. And then she has written on Royal Perth Nursing Agency. That's good. And then the address of the organization. That's good as well. All right, let's go here. November 15, 2019. The best format to use is 15 November 2019, or she can use 15/11/2019. Any of this format is more formal than the one she has written down. And then she has written on Catherine Tracy, DOB November 14, 1963. Okay, so DOB needs to be expanded, and then the format of the date of birth is not good. You can write date of birth. You can write date of birth, and then you can say 14 November, 1963. This is much better than what she has written on. Remember that you always have to expand all your abbreviations. Whatever the abbreviations you see in the case notes need to be expanded in your letter. The letter is 100% formal. You need to keep this in your mind. There is another issue as well. She didn't write down the prefix in place of the reference detail. So she should have mentioned Mrs. Catherine Tracy. Okay, so Mrs. should have been added. So she should add this one, please, in front of the patient. Now it's good. Dear Miss Jada, let me see whether she has used the surname of the addressee. Yes, that's correct. And then the prefix is also correct. Good. Salutation is good. I'm writing to refer my patient, Mrs. Tracy, a widow, who have submitted in the hospital due to, no, it's not submitted. It's wrong. And have is also wrong because have doesn't go with the singular noun. It goes only with the plural noun. So you could have mentioned who was admitted to the hospital. Okay, again, in is wrong. Okay, but we'll go through them one by one. All right, so it must be Mrs. Tracy, a widow who was admitted. Instead of writing down who have submitted, you have to use who was admitted. All right, that's the most appropriate way of writing it down. Submitted in the hospital, admitted to the hospital. That's the correct preposition you have to use. You have problems with the use of prepositions, and as a result, I would recommend you to watch the videos where I have shared with you the techniques on prepositions, on how to use them. Okay, admitted to the hospital due to a serious backbone injury. That's good. Everything else is good in this particular sentence. Okay, right. She is due to be discharged and requires your continuous care and assistance at home. That's good. But could you please write down when she is going to be discharged? If it is today's date, write it down. All right. You can write down the date. Okay, she is going to be discharged today. Could have been added. Add this. It's really important that you clearly mention when she is going to be discharged from the hospital so that the addressee knows what to do or when to do. Okay, that is one of the issues in this sentence. Okay, let's go through the remaining ones. On admission, Mrs. Tracy complains of. This is one of the major problems that is committed by majority of the nurses. Actually, complains is a verb, and then compliance, the one with the T, is a noun. So what she has mentioned is incorrect. She should have mentioned without T. So it's going to be Complains. Compliance. She complains of pain and intense stinging sensation, which is an indication of nerve fiber damage in the spinal cord. If these two things are associated with the severe fiber damage in the spinal cord, you should have used which are, and then instead of using an indication, you should have used which are the indications of. Which are the indicators of. You can use maybe which are the, or you can use maybe which are the indicators of, sorry, indicators. Okay, which are the indicators of, or which are the symptoms of nerve fiber damage in the spinal cord. As a result, she loses her movement, bowel, and bladder control, and had difficulty walking and balancing. Difficulty in walking and balancing. Okay, difficulty in something. So you have to use this preposition before you use walking and balancing. Okay, that's another issue. All right. So as a result, she loses her. It's not in the present tense. I don't think so. It's in the past tense. So as a result, she lost her. She lost her movement, bowel and bladder control, and her difficulty in walking. And so when you use the past participle here, you have to use lost here. So that's correct. That's the correct one. Okay. Socially, Mrs. Tracy lives with her daughter Katie, who visited the hospital regularly since 1992 because of her high blood pressure. Okay. Socially, Mrs. Tracy lives with her daughter Katie, who visited the hospital regularly since. Okay. So you don't need to use visited, but you can say visits because I believe it is ongoing. So you can use the present tense, who visits the hospital regularly since 1992 because of her high blood pressure. As a result, she was commenced on blood sugar monitoring over the past year. Okay, as a result, she was commenced on blood sugar monitoring over the past year. Okay, over the past year. No, you can say from the last year. Okay, I mean she was commenced on from the past year or from the last year. I think it's better to use from the last year. Okay, right. Let's say from the last year. This could have been much better. After several months of confinement, Mrs. Tracy's condition has improved. That's a good thing. I'm happy with this particular sentence structure. It's good. However, she still experienced, okay, do not use experienced, but use experiences. Why? Because this is an ongoing condition. So you have to say she experiences. Sorry, experiences. Okay, now it's good. Experiences, yes. That's a correct spelling. Okay, now she experiences. She still experiences an onset of occasional back pain. That's okay. Also, she needs an assistance. Okay, do not use assistance as a countable noun. Assistant is not a countable noun. Okay, so you can't use an article here. Remove this article, please. Remove this article, please. Okay, do not use that, please. She needs. Okay, and again, there is an issue with the selection of words as well. Instead of needs, use she requires. Because requires is more formal than needs. Okay, so she requires assistance in terms of walking, assistance with the walking. You can use assistance with walking, that's okay. You don't need to use assistance in terms of walking. That doesn't make sense. In view of this, her daughter wanted someone to set an appointment. Okay. Okay, so her daughter wanted to set an appointment. Okay, instead of writing this one, it's not wanted. What she can mean? Her daughter prefers or likes someone, prefers someone to, and it's not the past tense. Okay, so don't use wanted. That's wrong. Prefers someone to set an appointment and visit her. Okay, it's not visit, but it is visits, because we have to use verb plus s only with the third form of singular nouns, otherwise third party of singular nouns such as he, she, and it. So you have to use visits her personally at home. It would greatly appreciated. That is wrong. It would be greatly appreciated. You have to add it would be. B needs to be added here. Okay. All right. So greatly appreciated if you could give an attention. Attention is an uncountable noun, so remove this, please. Remove this article. It doesn't need any article. Okay, please. On this regard, no, it's not on this regard, but in this regard. All right. Let's go to the next paragraph. If you have any further questions, there must be a comma here. Please add a comma here. Whenever you start a sentence with the should or if or as or since, after the first part of the sentence, you have to place a comma before you start writing down the second part. Please be free to sorry about that. Please be free to, okay, please do not hesitate to, instead of writing be free to, you can say do not hesitate to ask me or contact her daughter's phone number at, and this is okay, phone number, that must be this gap. Okay, to ask me or contact her phone number. Okay, so her daughter's phone number can be written down somewhere in the social or maybe here, okay, in the previous paragraph. Okay, in this paragraph it could be included, but she didn't include that properly. Okay, so yours sincerely, Daniela Nicole, the nurse. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go through the assessment. Grammar is an area of improvement. You have committed several grammatical mistakes, which is not good. Use of articles, that is another issue. Use of articles, prepositions, nouns, verbs, tenses needs to be improved a lot. Okay, that's another issue. All right, let's go to the next one. Spelling could have been better. You have committed a couple of spelling mistakes which could be avoided, and vocabulary is not good. Vocabulary is not up to the mark, as you have used many informal words and have copied the same words from the case notes. Both of them are really bad. You shouldn't do that. Okay, next one is connectivity. Connectivity needs a bit of improvement. It is okay, it's not that bad. You could have improved it a bit. And then presentation of sentences is okay. Organization, you have included all the relevant case notes. Well done. This is one of the areas where you have done a good job. And overall task fulfillment is okay. I mean, it's not that bad, but it could have been better a bit. This one, like, use more passive voice structure in your letter instead of using the active voice. Okay, expand all the abbreviations, please. Okay, to me, when I look at the severity of the mistakes that you have committed and then the number of mistakes, it seems to me like a C grade letter. I'm happy to give you 250 out of 500. Don't get disappointed, because it is always better to understand your weak areas. Okay, you need to know where you have to improve, and then you should be able to pass the original examination if you understand your areas of improvement. I thank you so much for watching this video, and if you love the assessment, please like my videos and share with others. If you would like to get regular notifications on my videos, I would recommend you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell button that is located on the right side of subscribe button. I wish you good luck with your practice and the original examination. But if you would like to get your first letter assessed at free of cost, or your first speaking role play assessed at free of cost, please send a message to me on my mobile or WhatsApp number, that is +61 468 480 877, or steve@ucanenglishtutoring.com. You can also reach me on my Facebook, that is www.facebook.com/ucantutoring. Have a good day. Thank you.